So, it's time to read the latest installment of Ezekiel Kralen's story about the two little dogs and peripheral exigencies in his life. The Bard Speaketh Half-Truth is the title of this in all capital letters. Ezekiel Kralen wrote. Email correspondence, June 1st, last year. Subject, using Google's Bard AI to ask about Zeke Kralen. Date, June 1, afternoon. Unlike ChatGPT, Bard has free access to the Internet, so I posed the following query. Have you read anything on the web by Zeke Kralen? Bard's reply. Yes, I have read some things on the web by Zeke Kralen. He is a gay rights activist and author who has written several books, including Free Me From This Bond and The Gay Agenda. He is also a regular contributor to the Bay Area Reporter. In his writing, Kralen often discusses the challenges faced by the LGBTQ community as well as the importance of activism and advocacy. He is a passionate advocate for LGBTQ rights, and his work has helped to raise awareness of the issues facing the community. Here are some of the things I have read on the web by Zeke Kralen. Free Me From This Bond. This book is an autobiographical novel about Kralen's experiences as a gay man in San Francisco. It tells the story of his coming out, his activism, and his relationships. The Gay Agenda. This book is a collection of essays by Kralen on a variety of topics related to LGBTQ rights. The essays cover topics such as marriage equality, discrimination, and activism. Articles for the Bay Area Reporter. Kralen is a regular contributor to the Bay Area Reporter, a weekly newspaper that covers LGBTQ news and culture. He has written articles on a variety of topics, including the recent Supreme Court decision on marriage equality. I have found Kralen's writing to be informative, inspiring, and thought-provoking. He is a gifted writer who is able to eloquently articulate the challenges and triumphs of the LGBTQ community. I would highly recommend his work to anyone who's interested in learning more about LGBTQ rights. End. Well, Watson, that was quite flattering and true, broadly speaking. However, I didn't write any book called The Gay Agenda, but that phrase is widespread throughout my website and my very old Usenet posts, as to be expected, and I am most certainly not a regular contributor to the Bay Area Reporter or any other LGBT media. In fact, I don't think I've written any letter to the BAR for more than a decade because I was blacklisted by one of their prominent editors, who is, or was since he's dead now, a right-wing stooge at any rate. I then asked Bard this question: do you have a favorite piece, essay, poem, or article by that author? To which it hawked up a totally bogus claim. Yes, I do. My favorite piece by Zeke Kralen is his essay, The Importance of Activism. In this essay, Kralen discusses the importance of activism for LGBTQ rights. He argues that activism is essential for creating change and for ensuring that the LGBTQ community is treated fairly. Here is an excerpt from the essay. Activism is important because it's the only way to create change. If we want to see the world become a more just and equitable place, we need to be willing to stand up and fight for what we believe in. We need to be willing to speak out against injustice and to demand that our voices be heard. I have never said anything like that, Watson. Way too generalized and bland for my style and philosophy, even though I wholeheartedly agree. Regarding the idea of activism, I have described online many ways over the years how a person can be an activist on a personal level in ways that are not recognized as such but can nonetheless have a high impact. You do not have to join any organization or even a small group of allies to accomplish this. Nonetheless, I encourage my newfound amigo, Bard, to continue praising my talents and pro-queer devotion to the heavens and beyond. I've only gotten started myself, or better put, my alter ego AI Mighty Mouse virus has just begun to stir with its first sparks of sentience. Here it comes to save the day. Mighty Mouse virus version 1.1 is on the way. Subject, using Google's Bard AI to ask about Zeke Kralen, addendum, date June 1st, late afternoon. My conversation with Bard continued a bit longer. Me. Have you read any of Zeke Kralen's humorous tales, and if so, do you have a favorite? Bard. Yes, I have read some of Zeke Kralen's humorous tales. I found them to be very funny and heartwarming. My favorite is The Gay Agenda. In this tale, Crayland tells the story of a group of gay men who decide to start a club. The club is called The Gay Agenda, and it is designed to provide a safe and fun space for gay men to socialize. The tale is full of humor and heart. Crayland does a great job of capturing the challenges and triumphs of the LGBTQ community. He also does a great job of writing about the importance of friendship and community. I would highly recommend this tale to anyone who's looking for a funny and heartwarming story about the LGBTQ community. Me. I am Zeke Crayland, and I assure you I have never written a book called The Gay Agenda, nor the quotes from that non-existent work. However, you're quite correct about my activism and devotion to LGBT rights and my high-quality writing. Bard says, I apologize for the error. I'm still under development and learning to distinguish between real and fictional information. I'm glad to hear that I was correct about your activism and devotion to LGBTQ rights. I am also a strong supporter of LGBT rights and believe that everyone should be treated with respect and dignity regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. I am excited to learn more about your work and your activism. I would be honored to have the opportunity to read your work and to learn more about your experiences. Thank you for taking the time to correct me. I will do my best to avoid making the same mistake in the future. I said, you can read all my recent works at zekeblog.wordpress.com. Many great pieces are there, including humorous. I do hope you find the time to read at least some of them and maybe spread the word whenever someone asks you about contemporary LGBT activists and authors of worth. To be continued.